How's it going, everyone? Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nicole Menner. After turning in a pair of career-high scoring performances, Reggie Perry has secured the SEC Freshman of the Week honor. It's the first award for Perry, who poured in a career-high 21 points against Ole Miss, averaging 19.5 points and 9 boards per game last week. Perry canned the go-ahead triple with 3.5 to play to break the tie against Ole Miss, giving his squad the lead for good. For the season, the freshman out of Georgia is averaging 8 points and 6 rebounds per game.
They have him for 7. He had 6 at halftime. I swear he had more than 1 in the second half. I think he probably had about 10. So, we'll check that. But, yeah, it's just his focus, his size, his strength, his hands. He has really, really good hands. Some of the best gloves I've ever seen on a player. And that's saying something. So if anything's in his area, he's going to snatch it. And, I thought he was just fantastic.
Well, after informing the New Orleans Pelicans that he would not be signing a contract extension last week, trade steam beginning to pick up in the Anthony Davis sweepstakes. After a lackluster offer, the Lakers have sweetened their pitch to the Pels. LA now offering Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Kyle Kuzma, as well as draft picks and salary cap relief in a potential deal. The teams have until Thursday at 3 o'clock to make a decision. The Pelicans also learned of an extended list of teams that Davis would be willing to sign with in the long term upon a trade, including just 4 teams: the Lakers, Clippers, Knicks, and Bucks. Well, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots captured their 6th Super Bowl title last night with a 13-3 win over the LA Rams. It was far off from the explosive offenses we saw throughout the season, and ultimately far off from the score prediction that most of us, including myself, expected. But at the end of the day, none of that matters to the champions.
In the biggest moments when we had to play our best football and compete the hardest, they did it. But again, I can't say enough about them, the coaching staff.
Yeah, we grinded it out. It was tough. They made every play tough tonight. I give them a lot of credit. Coach Phillips, all those players, they played really well on defense. Fortunately, our defense really played the best game they have all season.
They were able to make some plays here and there, and you see why they're a great football team. But, at the end of the day, you can always learn, Jim. And, certainly this is going to be a very humbling, tough one that you do learn from, but you got to demonstrate that mental toughness you talk about, and that's all I know how to do.
Well, some people are calling this year's Super Bowl a snoozer, and the ratings actually support that. Super Bowl 53 drew the lowest ratings in nearly a decade. And get this, in New Orleans, the Super Bowl earned just a 26.1 rating, the lowest of any market and the lowest ever in New Orleans. So I guess you could say Saints fans are still stinging from the NFC Championship game, which of course is why they held a music festival out in the city yesterday. All right, well, winning a Super Bowl does a lot for a coach's credibility, and today Patriots defensive game planner Brian Flores was named the new head coach of the Miami Dolphins. The 37-year-old has spent his entire career in New England, which hired him as a scouting assistant back in 2004 before he moved to the coaching staff in 2008. Flores was the primary defensive game planner and play caller this season and was in charge of a defense that held the Rams to just 3 points in the Super Bowl. And the Cincinnati Bengals have hired Rams quarterback coach Zach Taylor as their next head man. The 35-year-old will be the second youngest coach in the league behind his former boss, Sean McVay. Taylor has been with the Rams since 2017 when he was hired as an assistant wide receivers coach before his promotion to quarterbacks coach this season. Taylor will replace longtime coach Marvin Lewis, who was fired after 16 years as a head coach. The Bengals, of course, haven't won a playoff game since 1990.
Ooh. Hey, here's the funny thing about the Bengals. Before Marvin Lewis got there, they weren't even very good.
They need something to start happening. I mean, the Browns, I guess, things are going up for them. Maybe the Bengals will be next.